Deb Haaland, the first Native or Indigenous Secretary of the Interior. I'd like to ask, what does this mean for the United States?
What does it mean for us? It means a lot. It means for Native Americans and for everyone concerned about public lands, it means someone who is connected to the land by being a 35th generation New Mexican. This is something that's the understanding that has been bestowed upon her, not only from living on the reservation, though she did move around a lot, but by her family, by her grandparents, and by her ancestors, and also her fellow tribal people. But it's interesting to look outside of what we see as Native people to see what others are thinking about this as well. You're seeing a lot of fear that she's going to be radical. I think Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana, called her a radical Leninist leftist or something to that effect. A lot of extreme name calling to try and categorize her as someone who's going to be bad for the industry. I don't think she even said it herself. A, it's not her policy. It's the president's policy. B, they can't. They aren't planning on stopping. Neither the president nor her want to stop the fossil fuels industry, but they do want to make more room for other industries. They want to be able to care about the forest, the water, and the people at the same time. So I think bringing that mindset to it is important. But as you noted, a lot of people are recoiling from those thoughts and those words, and really trying to categorize her in a negative light that I don't think is deserved.
I appreciate that, Carl. Native people are older than any of the political labels that we use in the United States. Mr. Sheehan, I want to give you an opportunity to weigh in on what this would mean for our country to have Deb Haaland as the next Secretary of the Interior.
It's extraordinarily important that Deb is there now, and we all have to be as supportive as we possibly can of her in finding out who all of her new staff people are going to be, which staff people are going to be in charge of what particular subdivisions, because there's a half a dozen major subdivisions inside the Department of Interior, each one of which might be entitled to be its own secretary. I mean, its own department in the executive branch. So she's got a lot of influence and a lot of power inside this administration, and she is prepared to use it.
I did not consider all of the subdivisions, because I'm Indigenous. We just know about the BIA, and somebody posted on the chat, BIA stands for Bossing Indians Around. Anyhow, the Bureau of Reclamation, the U.S. Geological Survey, the National Park Service. I want to throw it back to Carl, but I want to ask you, Carl, about, since you have direct experience right in there as being the number 2, you're reporting right to the Secretary of the Interior.
We have so many pent-up needs, so many pent-up requests that you're gonna see 574 tribes come and tribal associations like NCAI or National Indian Gaming Association come in and ask for things. They're going to want immediate resolution on a whole host of things. And I go back to the Navajo Nation, for example. They have a very long list of things that need to be accomplished. But at the same time, as has been noted here, she's going to have to deal with parks, surveys, reclamation, forest, buffalo. I mean, there's a lot of constituencies that she has. And one of the things that will be important is that she begin to appoint, or that the president and the White House begin to appoint good people to fill the appointment roles. For her, the most important thing is getting good people and then delegating. And I think the White House is already helping her do that.
I think you're spot on. We are going to expect a lot. Allison Two Bears from the Standing Rock Department of Natural Resources is on the chat. She informed us that Jamie Pinkham has been appointed to somewhere within the United States Army Corps of Engineers. So it's these personal relationships that we have in Indian country that now with an Indigenous person at the head of the Interior, we're going to have to kind of rethink, what our agenda is and really concentrate on what we can get done in a realistic way in the next 4 years. So thank you for coming on. Enjoy your evening, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Chase.
We're just kind of popping in and popping up, cut to the chase. Thank you.